I'm basically implementing long-term LinkedIn ads strategies connected with marketing and sales alignments for SaaS scale-ups, currently focusing on Europe mostly. So we started with a subscription model. Basically, we assumed that people or potential clients knew what they wanted, in the sense of like, we offered LinkedIn ads service and just told them, okay, you have access to LinkedIn ads services, but we assumed that they knew what services they needed, which was not the case. So when we talked to Juan, what made the difference is that he actually showed us that you need a productized service, in a sense, meaning that, yes, it's a service that we offer, but how can you turn it into a product in terms of communication, in terms of the whole setup, right? So instead of just offering the service, we looked at the tasks that we took with the clients that we already had. They needed a LinkedIn ad strategy, they needed an audit, target audience definition, this and that. We analyzed the data, put it together in a model that, or more like a path, lasting 3 to 4 months, which we then called the LinkedIn Launchpad program. So basically, we then sold it as this whole package, like a service put in this whole package, Launchpad program, instead of the subscription model, where we offer the little pieces that the potential clients needed to find themselves. And that was really nice, especially in the end, we had something to communicate. What is it? What is the added value that we offer? It's not LinkedIn ad subscription. It's more like bringing them from zero LinkedIn ads revenue to long-lasting sustainable revenue with LinkedIn ads, following this one particular program. And this is basically what Juan did for us. He gave us the input to actually build this offering, because we were definitely lost. That really did the trick for me. Like, it made me understand that people really don't care about those features, about the strategy and this and that. Of course, they want to know on a high level, but what they really care about is, what am I going to get out of this? And to formulate that, you need a productized service, or at least in our case, it worked with a productized service, because that product with benefits is easier to communicate than a service focusing on features, where you don't even know yourself properly how to sell it. So then it felt good in the end, and I was completely convinced, honestly, once I thought about it. But first I was suspicious, as founders always are. So the results are pretty interesting. I thought, we needed to spend a whole lot of time on like improving the steps in between. Like, okay, I don't know, week 1 should look like this, week 2 should look like that, so that it's like perfect on the website, perfect in like the PDFs that we send out. Turns out this is not really that important. It's just like, people want to see, of course, the steps that you take to get an understanding of what this contains, like the path from A to B, right? But really, what is important is that in the end, people contact you that are not your target audience. Even though I'm now niching down on startups, SaaS startups, scale-ups, it's built for that. There's people from other industries approaching me. So what I learned is that this productized model helps to structure my own thoughts. Just like writing all this down, drawing it up, makes it so much easier to sell and communicate. But it doesn't really matter, like, you don't really need to nail it perfectly in terms of what steps you take, and you don't even need to communicate it that way, being like, this is exactly how it will be, because it always changes. It just really helps to sell and also like deliver the value proposition. And then even once I work with clients, I still use it, of course. I use it like the path that I drew up, but I tailor it to their needs. What I really think who should join the program is people that have hit a plateau in their offerings, in their earnings. Say you're a solopreneur, or I don't know, you're a 2-man show. You hit a plateau because you're either charging by hour, or you constantly struggle to get new clients, or you spend a lot of time getting new clients. You struggle to sell, to communicate what you actually sell. You know it's good, you know it works, but people don't really understand what you do. That's definitely a red flag happening for us. Like, people don't really know what you do. Like, if people book you because you are convincing as a person without understanding what you actually do, that's a good problem to have. But then that also means that it's an easy fix to even sell more and sell easier, right? So such people, because naturally, say you charge by hour, or you lack a process, and you tailor too much of your offering each time to each client, you don't really have a focus, then it just gets very inefficient, So this is really, these are people that can really benefit from this program. Just make everything more streamlined, more efficient, get a process, put words to what you actually do, like proper words, make it easier to sell. And of course, detach yourself more and more from the business. You say, like, you want to grow, you want to get customers, you want to get clients, and you also want to get employees that do part of your job for you. Then this is definitely a program you should join. For me, even I'm not in a position right now where I have employees, but I just need parts of the program. For instance, like, I have the value proposition, I have the productized service formulated with parts of the program, and that is, in my opinion, the first step to later on get more and more detached from your business. So you definitely need constant recurring revenue that is not fluctuating too much. you need experience and you need to know that your product works. And it's good to have the steps formulated still, or like have enough data to actually analyze so that you can put your service into a product. So this is what I would say is relevant for this program. Working with Juan is really tailored still. Like Juan takes time and he feels very interested in what people say. So he actually took a lot of time to do calls with us, to understand the business, and to not just use a template that, you know, works for everyone and then apply it to any business. So it's a really tailored experience while keeping some things streamlined. They can be streamlined, and it's just nice, like knowledge-wise, to feel understood and to have this aha moment of like, yeah, that's actually me. Like, this is the problems that I face right now. This is what I feel, and it's good to know that I'm not the only one, and this is actually this is one of the stages, you know, everyone goes through similar stages most of the times when building a business, and this is just one of the stages. And it's nice that someone else already figured out how to get to the next step, right? So I don't need to figure it out myself and waste money or time, or even, I don't know, fail, but then actually have Juan guide me there. So it's like an extra hand that you have, and more like a guide that you can trust. Makes you feel more comfortable and safe in a sense. So yeah, it's really nice to have this. It's like a father, like a father taking you by your hand, making you feel comfortable. Good stuff.